Right, here we go. Salute to Knicks Nation on this Wednesday night. Another edition of KFTV Live, post-game live, presented by Manscaped. Knicks and the Wizards at the Garden in a rematch after the Knicks escaped DC with a win over the Wizards on Friday. Wizards coming in with reinforcements, a different Wizards team. Monte Morris back and their star Bradley Beal back in the lineup. And this Wizards team, man, you know, it's very hard to take a team out after you just saw them just days earlier. And this Wizards team came out with more energy, more intensity in the offensive, defensive end. Welcome back, Kristaps Porzingis gets booed at the Garden and still goes ahead to drop 22 on the Knicks. Kyle Kuzma drops 27. And Bradley Beal with 18, man. Wizards with a wire-to-wire win. And despite Jalen Brunson's brilliance, man, 32 points for Brunson, continuing his hot streak. Knicks just could not get the job done. And they catch a L, man. 116 to 105. Let's talk about it, man. Call us up, 657-383-1509, or hit us up on the KFTV Discord, man. CP the Franchise, Alex Shataris, the Stratocaster on the ones and twos. Tough loss, man. Tough loss. After a heartbreaker against the Raptors in overtime, a fatigued and exhausted Knicks team leaving that game, coming in tonight against the Wizards. And they got worked, man. They got worked. And as I said, it's very hard to put a team away after you just saw them. As Thibodeau just said on his press conference, they're going to make their adjustments. They're going to play with more sense of urgency. And I thought that's what they did. And in my game preview and the show that I did earlier today when I talked about this game, I thought that there were a couple of things that the Knicks needed to do to get this dub. Number one, they needed to move the ball. They only finished with, I think, about 14 or 15 assists in the last game on Friday. I didn't think the ball movement was all that good. I thought they settled for a lot of jumpers on Friday, and you saw the same case today, especially in the first half. Very slow out the gates. Ball wasn't moving well. Yes, Brunson had it cooking. Julius didn't. And so that was a problem. I thought they needed to shoot the three ball well in this game. Wizards, despite the fact that they're number 12 in the East and an inconsistent team, they still do things fairly well on the defensive end. This is a middle-of-the-pack defensive team in the league, and they're pretty good in the half court. They're top 10 in opponents' effective field goal percentage, top 10 in opponents' two-point percentage, top 10 in opponents' assist to field goals made. They are pretty good in the half court, and they will give up the three. Knicks could not hit the broadside of a barn from three-point land, shooting 26% from three today. So I thought that was problematic. I also felt like the Knicks needed to get out in transition, as they did in that last game. And they lost the fast break points category tonight. Could not get any key turnovers and could not get out and run against this Wizards team. You know, this Wizards team, they offer a lot of size out there, a lot of size, a lot of length. When you look at Kristaps at 7'3", you know, Kispert 6'6". You have Kuzma, who's what's Kuzma about 6'8", 6'9". Avdia 6'9". Rui 6'9" and about. You know, they have outside of Monte Morris, who's about 6'2". The Wizards have a lot of size and a lot of length. They're almost like that Raptors team in a way. Mm-hmm. So they are tough. You have to work. They make you work in that half court. And I just thought the Knicks, from an energy standpoint and execution standpoint, just didn't have it. Couldn't hit the broadside of a barn, as I said. He had Julius with one of his worst performances of the season. Knicks shooting 66% from the charity stripe. That's not going to get it done once again. You got to make your free throws, especially in games like this. And even when the Knicks were cutting it, right, they would cut it to 12, 11, and you're like, okay, they're one run away. It just seemed like a wider gap than it really was, because the Wizards just kept clapping back. They just kept clapping back. And then case in point, when Quickly, with his fourth quarter magic, was able to help cut this lead to 7, The Knicks went on, I mean, the Wizards went on a 10-0 run to put this thing back to 17 with 5 minutes to go. And I think that was pretty much the game. That was pretty much it. So 116-105, Knicks catch a L. Al, how'd you feel about this one?
This loss sucked, bro.
Yeah, it did.
Just because for me, coming into this and after watching a heartbreaking loss to the Toronto Raptors, I was hoping that the Knicks would bounce back, show that they have that grit, that fight. You know, I get it. Second game of a back-to-back against the Toronto Raptors. You just played in Detroit. You flew from Detroit back home. You're playing at 3 p.m. The next day. Weird for the Knicks to have to travel and then play in such a short amount of time. That is what the NBA did to them. It is what it is. But for a team that is trying to fight and stay competitive, you just beat the Wizards last week. You knew how tough this team was to face without Bradley Beal because it went down to the wire last week. So you had to come into this game with enough energy to compete. And for a team that's looking to make some noise and that's looking to make like a playoff appearance, right? That is what the expectation is for this team. Whether or not that's from everyone in the fan base, that is what the front office and I'm sure the players are expecting. I'm expecting a level of awareness just to know how difficult the upcoming schedule is, right? Like we have Boston, we have the Cavs, we have a couple of tough teams coming up in the schedule. All right. And you would think, all right, Wizards, they're not necessarily the best team. They'll compete, but this is a game where you have to think like we have to take advantage of all these type of games as possible. And it just shows the level of grit and fight that this team has. If you come out and you can go win. Now, sure, you got someone like Randall tonight who wasn't shooting. You went 2 for 12 before you got 4 of his shots in the fourth quarter towards the end of the game where it didn't really matter at that point. But I'm looking for an adjustment as a player from there for a guy who's on such a heater. I get that you're exhausted. You see that your jump shot's not falling, but where did he have success? He was 2 for 4 within the paint around the rim. Why not cut? I saw him do a little bit of cutting after the second to begin the second half. I'm looking for more of that. You saw RJ was able to get downhill tonight. Why don't you let RJ continue to get downhill? You saw Quickly had it going. Let Quickly cook. All right. Don't make so many changes in the fourth quarter with what's working that got you back into a fighter's chance. So it stunk because I wish this team just came out with a sense of urgency to know that they have to play better. I wanted to see them bounce back after a gruesome loss, man. That's all I wanted to see. I wanted to see them bounce back after a gruesome loss. At the end of the day, there's still much more to the season to go. I get it. You're tired, so forth, whatever. But I just wanted this one. I wanted to see them get this one and just make a statement saying, even though after we lose, we can bounce back and come back stronger. That's what I was looking from this game tonight.
Yeah, me too. Me too, man. It just, but as you said, the other team out there was hungrier. And with getting Beal back, Kuzma had a hell of a game again, man. Kuzma's been balling. Let's just keep it a buck. Kuzma's been balling. He was cooking out there. And as I said, with that size advantage, there was no one on the Knicks that could match up with him. Not RJ. You had McBride trying to cover him in spots. Grimes even. Kuzma was flaming all these guys, man. He's a tough cover. Give credit. He's having a great year. I thought KP getting lost on the pick and rolls. Top of the key 3 was his thing. Also had a couple of nice defensive stops. That was tough to go up against. Another storyline of this game, Knicks lose Mitch, man. We lose a block nest monster to a sprained thumb. You had Hartenstein out there jumping around. That was kind of brutal. And then Jericho had to come in there in the backup spot. So we'll have to see what happens going forward. How long will Mitch be out? Do they just put a brace on him? Will he be back on Friday? We'll have to see how that plays out. But that was an unfortunate loss. And then Sims ends up fouling out of this game at about the 5-minute mark. So in crunch time, Knicks were down by 15. And so you did see they did go with Julius at the 5. But
doesn't that say something about Hartenstein? You brought in Grimes after you lost your center. You put Randall at the 5 against a team that has a lot of size, a lot of length.
Yeah. You needed boards. He needed boards. And Julius, he's a rebounding machine. Despite his woeful shooting, still finished with 15 boards. So you needed the boards, man. But this possession right here is what really killed the Knicks, because after the Knicks brought it to within 8 with 3.5 left, Wizards come back. They get 1, 2, 3, 4 offensive rebounds. And that hurt the Knicks, man. That hurt the Knicks. 5 offensive rebounds within 2 minutes. So, the extra effort, the second chance opportunities absolutely killed the Knicks, man. Absolutely killed them.
You know how I knew this game was going to go south? Not besides the Knicks bricking all those shots to begin the game.
Mm-hmm.
You know how when KP was a Knick, every time he tried to post somebody up, or not even post somebody up, it was on the block, just do a turnaround, try to shoot over somebody's head, and it would off the backboard, and it usually brick.
Yeah.
As soon as I saw that go over Randall and fall, I was like, this is going to be a long night. In all honesty, I saw that happen. I was like, you were not good at that when you were here in New York. And now this is falling. This is going to be a very long night.
Long night, man. Long night. Avdia offensive rebound. KP, Monte Morris. KP again. Kuzma, KP. I mean, these guys were just they were just after it, man. Their energy was just better. And we spoke about the 3-pointers with the Knicks being so woeful. Wizards conversely shot 16 of 42 from downtown, 38% from downtown.
And they're not a great 3-point shooting team.
Not at all. Not at all.
They're 21st on the league in the league right now. They shoot 34.4% from behind the arc. They made 7 threes in the first quarter.
7 threes in the first quarter. Knicks get outscored by 27 from downtown. Get outscored by 27 from downtown, man. It's hard to win that way.
Yeah, and it's hard when you as a team shoot below your team averages, right? Knicks on the season shoot about 45% from the field. They shot about 42 tonight. On the season, they shoot about 34% from 3, and they only shot 27% tonight as well. So that's not going to cut it either. So you watch this team, man. They just felt tired. Like, you watch this team come out, they just still look exhausted from the last 2 games from this back-to-back earlier this week.
They did. And shout out my guy Alan Hahn. He's calling out the people on his social media. People are minutes policing now, and this, that, and the third, and he's pointing out all the minutes leaders in the league. But you got to look at it from when this rotation got tightened and what the extended minutes are doing to this team. They came off a back-to-back to still logging heavier minutes. Look at them on the court. Look at Julius on the court. To say that it's a non-factor, it's a stretch. Oh. It's a stretch. Go back to when Tibbs was in Minnesota, when Jeff Teague and Butler and even Taj was complaining about minutes. Taj said, I don't want to be playing all these minutes, but whatever the team needs, whatever is what the team needs. That's what Taj said. Jeff Teague, hey, I hope Tibbs realizes we got guys on this bench that could get some minutes here.
Hey.
So if you want to call the fans minutes police, take it from the players. It matters.
And if you want another example of how playing an extended amount of minutes doesn't help, go look at Will Lou came on for the Toronto Game of the Week preview for Raptors. Nick Nurse, Nick Thibodeau, go look at that team. They're doing the same thing.
Right.
They're working heavy minutes. That's definitely a reason why they are where they are, man.
Hey, and they're at the tops. So some of those Raptors are at the tops. But tonight, quickly once again, 18 points are quick, including, they got about 12 in the fourth quarter, 6 of 13 from the field, 2 of 6 from downtown. I got my 2 threes from Prize Picks, so shout out to Quickly, even though overall it wasn't a great night for Prize Picks. How do we get Obi popping? I said it earlier today, man. No pun intended. How do we get Obi popping, man? 0 points, 5 boards. I didn't like how he let Avdia push him around out there on the defense, man. You got to tighten up, Obi. You got to get low and tighten up, man. You can't have Avdia pushing you around like that, man.
Bend the knees.
you can't have Avdia pushing you around. But 0 minutes, 0 points, 14 minutes, and 1 shot attempt. I don't know, man. What do we do, man? People in the chat, give me some suggestions. Somebody call in. How do we get Obi going? He's disappeared, man.
And he was efficient to begin the season. What happened to that guy?
Well,
what happened to the guy?
Only 1 shot today. Give him the ball. Somebody get him the ball. Somebody got to get him the ball, man.
As much like on the last post game with Chris, I said the approval rating for me was like 70% for what Tibbs has done, creating a culture, creating an identity for this team, which is defensive oriented, all that stuff. But I also said these are the weaknesses that I noticed with him, right? It comes to rotations, minutes. But my other thing is this offense, man. It is too ISO heavy.
Yeah.
This team went for a good portion of the post games when this team was winning. I'd be like, yo, look at the assists. We got 25, 26 assists. That's above the norm from what we saw from years past. Tonight, 14 assists. The Rock was not moving.
Yeah.
The Rock hasn't been moving well for the last couple of games. And I put this blame on Tibbs. Yeah, I get it. The players got to play. They're the ones who's controlling the Rock and whatnot. But where's the offensive creativity? And this trickles down to the second unit as well.
Yeah.
Because, get it, Brunson, Randall, RJ, those are your guys. I get it. But last game, we only saw Grimes have 7 attempts. He was efficient.
Yeah.
But he can offer so much more. Why isn't he getting touches? Why is it when you watch the second unit come in, they're going left and right? Can we design a play for these guys to get into some sort of rhythm? Can we design a screen for McBride to go get to his mid-range that he likes to use? Can we design a play to get Obi moving and cutting and find him in space? Can we do a short roll with Hartenstein so he can use his passing ability? When I just watch those guys get out there, it doesn't seem like there's any offensive creativity.
Yeah, they're watching Quickly go.
They're watching Quickly do his thing.
Quick got to score. Quick got to score now, man.
But then that's too much ISO again, right?
That's
We're allowing one guy to do the same thing.
Yeah, no assist for Quick tonight. Quick's had to carry a lot of the scoring duty now.
Can we please get some offense, man? This is the next level of coaching, right? And I forget the caller's name that said, like, will Tibbs make the adjustments and all that type of stuff? Well, this is an adjustment. Your team is struggling off the bench. A team's only struggling because it doesn't look like there's an offense for them to run.
Yeah.
I don't even know what they're running.
I'm not trying to
quite
sure,
pick for Quickly to let him go and do his thing all the time? It makes no sense.
It's tough, man. Tough. And at the same time, as much as these guys have been road warriors, Knicks now 2 games under 500 at MSG. For another year, the Knicks just cannot claim MSG for home court advantage. For some reason, man, they get tighter at home. And we'll see, man. I don't see that changing. But for their brilliance, the only team in the NBA with a winning road record and below 500 at home, I believe. Got to go back and check that, but I believe they're the only ones that have a losing record at home.
As like in playoff competition, because
let me see.
Obviously,
let me
the tanking teams like the Magic, they stink at home. All those teams stink at home.
I just saw that. Let me check that out. I just saw that. I literally just saw that. New York is now 11-13 at home, one of only 6 teams. And the only one with a winning record to have a losing record at home. That's what it is. They're the only team with a winning record to have a losing record at home. That's what it is. Tim Bontemps. Appreciate it. Shout out to JWE Event, $10 Super Chats. A staggering RJ Brunson with the second unit has killed the chemistry. IQ has also been a chucker. There's no ball movement or anything. What do you expect them to do? I don't think he's killed the chemistry. I think you need those guys with the second unit.
You do, but you also you also have to get creative, man. Like you have to make sure that the Rock's got to move. Everyone's got to get into rhythm. because you can't just rely on Brunson, Randall, and RJ just to carry this team all the way. You're gonna need some contribution from somewhere else. How many times do we see another player on another team come through Madison Square Garden, get hot because they're getting the touches, right? We saw Zeke Naji do that last season. And
Zeke Naji.
Because we see other teams know to get other players involved outside of their top 3 guys, because that's how you make winning basketball. And we'll just get them into rhythm. Role players got to get into rhythm too.
Absolutely. I mean, look, you see, as we saw in this game, how Kuzma runs with that second unit a lot. You got to stagger the minutes. So, tough night. Two losses, back-to-back losses. They got to bounce back. In the last game against the Raptors, in T-Dot Friday night, bounce back, smack them in the mouth. C-Cells on the Discord, kick us off. C-Cells, how you feeling tonight, man?
What's up, CP? I have a few things that I want to talk about.
Let's go.
I know I'm gonna get a lot of hate for this first one.
Oh boy, here we go.
I think McBride needs to be on the ball for the second unit. I think they need to take quickly off the ball, let him move around. Because I'm a big West Virginia fan, and at West Virginia, he was a true point guard. They're just putting him in the corner.
This is not West Virginia, man. This is the NBA, bro.
No, I understand, but I know I was getting hate. Oh yeah, because I was saying in the chat, in the G League, this guy throws up 30 pieces all the time, but then when he comes here, but it's just he can't shoot the ball here because every time he gets the ball, it's 4 seconds in the shot clock.
Yeah, because he's the last option on the offense.
But I mean,
I'm not looking for offense from McBride though.
He's like, you got to make some plays for this guy. His mid range is where he's good at. It's not the 3-point ball. He's like 20% from 3 this season, and quickly it's not quickly. He's just isoing the whole second unit.
Well, that part I get you. I get it, but I'm not sure if I'm putting the ball in McBride's hands to run the offense.
But also,
Hartenstein
is hot garbage.
Yeah,
he is. Like, he needs to get off the court. Sims has been hacking, but that's just experience. He needs to get more experience, and that goes back to the Tibbs thing where his rotations are god awful, and his in-game decision making is just terrible.
Yeah. No, I hear you, man. I hear you. That second unit is a work in progress. Who do you want to trade for, man? You got to redeem yourself in the call. The people in the chat want us to pack you up, man. I'm going to give you 2 more seconds. Give me a name who we should trade for to bolster the second unit. Let's go.
Not for the second unit, but I would love to get Kuz. Give up Cam, Fournier, and some picks, and get Kuzma.
Okay. All right. Appreciate the call, man. What do you guys in the chat think? Did he redeem himself? He says he wants Kuzma. Rate that call in the chat. 1 being trash, 5 being facts. Throw some fire emojis or some tomatoes, man. What do you guys think, man? That's we need somebody else to kick us off, man. No offense to C-Cells, but I mean, I can't start the show off talking about McBride running the offense, man. You're killing us, man. You're killing the ratings here.
Get him some touches, but don't let him run the offense.
Yeah.
He doesn't even I was shocked actually when I saw that alley to
that
Sims.
was nice. Yeah, right.
I was like, oh
right.
wow, we're driving.
Right.
We're driving to the paint. Holy cow.
That's how much you're not used to McBride executing an offense here. That the alley to Sims was nice.
He waved off quickly to do that too. You saw that. He got the board.
Yeah.
He brought it up quickly. He's like, let me get that. And then he was like, no, I got this one. I got this.
Yeah.
Called the screen. Had Sims as the roller. I was like, okay. All right. Where is that on a nightly basis?
Then he wanted to give up scraps for Kuzma. So there you go. Now he's doing 2K trades. Shout out to C-Cell, man. Call back anytime. Vince from the Bronx. Vince, how you feeling, man?
I'm good, man. I just got 2 things to say. I'm a big Knicks fan, 30 years plus, so I've been around maybe before two of you guys were born, I think.
No doubt.
But here's the detail. Here's what's going on here. The Knicks are playing very good basketball.
Mm-hmm.
Today there was no urgency. They looked pretty stagnant. They had no energy. Randall was off. Randall sometimes misses some plays. Like there was a play where they had a 3-on-1 fast break quickly. It was wide open, which he does this, I would say, at least once a game, make me want to break the TV. Look for the open man. I don't know what it is sometimes. this happened last game. He took 2 shots at the end of the game when he could have made 1 or 2 passes to make the play.
Mm-hmm.
They're missing plays. I don't know if sometimes they stop listening to Tibbs. I called before and I said again, Tibbs got to go. And the bottom 2 line, I'm gonna give them a little leeway today. They've been playing their butts off for the last few weeks.
Mm-hmm.
They had an off game. Okay, we'll give them a D for 1 game.
Mm-hmm.
But like Alex said, they should have bounced back. This would have been a big thing for them to bounce back and say, hey, we screwed up that last game, but we're still playing hard and we're still here. And they didn't.
Yeah.
There was no urgency. There was, if you ask me again, they missed plays. And one thing I'm noticing throughout the league now, throughout the Knicks team, and this is why we're losing to the Raptors, and I really hate playing them because it's always a nightmare playing those guys. The length on our team.
Yeah.
We have a good team, but the length is not
We
there.
don't have it. We don't have any wings.
There's no length. And this is why I think I asked before, even though he don't have the length, I like Jay Crowder. You guys say he won't move the needle, but I think he'll help because of his attitude and the way he pushes people.
Mm-hmm.
I'm all for giving up Kuzma. I'm all for taking Kuzma, like that guy said, and giving up Hardenstein. Sorry, Obi Toppin, because I'm done with him. I'm sorry. You have to throw in. They're not playing camp, so throw Cam, Fournier, and give them 1 or 2 first-round picks. We need length. We need length in order to advance in the Eastern Conference. These teams are long.
Yeah,
we're medium. Look what the other night you had R.J. Barrett.
Scotty Barnes. Scotty Barnes was killing him.
From Toronto.
Scotty Barnes was chewing him up. And
Murdering
Kuzma's been chewing him up too.
Murdering.
Yeah.
That's like Nate Robinson guarding him. Like,
yeah.
It was just embarrassing.
RJ's been getting he's been getting chewed up. He's been getting carved up on defense. The size is killing him.
And again, he's not playing the bench. So, hey, this is one of them nights you say, you know what? The energy is off. You scream at them on the bench. You put Fournier, these guys in there for a few minutes. This is a game that you say, hey, guys, the energy's not there. You guys, here's your chance to go out there and say, hey, I'm here to play today. And the guys that don't have energy, sit them down. Let them know, hey, we know you don't have it every night. But Tibbs continues to wear these guys out. And this is why I'm still calling for his head. And I am asking for the ex-Boston coach. I forgot his name, but I know who he is. The guy with the girls, you know.
Yeah.
We need him. We need him. This is not working. We need wings, like you said, longer team. Otherwise, this is a 1 and out in the playoffs. Yeah. And that's what I got for you guys today. That's what I see when I'm watching the team.
Appreciate the call, man. Appreciate the call.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, it's very evident when you play in these teams like the Wizards and like the Raptors, man. These guys are just scoring right over us. Same thing when we play the Spurs. These guys are just scoring right over us. No problem. So that's something they got to address that in the draft. Clearly, it's going to be in the draft. They're not going to trade for Kuzma. And you guys got to stop with these 2K trades of Kuzma. He's having an all-star year. And these people, give him all the scraps, 1 or 2 picks, and get Kuzma here. That's it.
The highly protected picks.
Yeah, the highly protected
and
ones.
You give the Wizards back their highly protected picks.
Right. Not the unprotecteds. We need those. Give them Obi and Cam and 48 and Hartenstein and Svi and Archie Diacono and you know, whoever. Got to pay to play, people. The 2K trades ain't going to cut it. Not for a guy like Kyle Kuzma. He's playing well, man. Playing very, very well. You know? I know LeBron's probably thinking, damn.
Kuzma would be a dope
We gave up Kuzma for Brody, man. What a... Go ahead, bro. What'd you say?
No, the Lakers, man.
Yeah, I just want to kick them when they're down because everybody knew.
Every day.
Everybody knew the Brody trade was silly, man.
They got no shooting.
They got nothing. They have nothing. It is a battle every night for the Lakers to win a game. You know, their defense is all right, but yeah. Just crazy stuff, man. Shout out to Harlem 9000. He says we need to upgrade at RJ's position. At best, he's a third option that gets taken out at the end of games and isn't good enough to carry the second unit. I would like to see a little bit more with RJ with that second unit. I would.
Yeah.
He did have his moments in this game, but I would like to see a little bit more. And then defensively, he's got to bring it to come. He's got to come together, man.
I mean, you had Scotty Barnes, you had Kyle Kuzma. Getting Kuzma on this team, he would be a dope 6-man, and he would, if you want to talk about reducing players' minutes, you can have Kuzma take minutes from Randall because he can play at the 4. Same thing with RJ because he can play at the 3. I just don't see the Wizards parting Kuzma at all after this type of season. Like they are stuck with Bradley Beal. Okay, so to take on that contract, you might as well just go all in and try to create whatever competent team that you have.
Yeah.
And I don't see if they let Kuzma walk, then we really have to have the conversation as the Wizards being one of the worst franchises in the NBA.
I think they will let it, and I'm not a Wizards guy, right? But I think they will let it play out and see because they're not out of it from a playing standpoint. They're not out of it from an 8th spot. The second half is kicking off. It is underway. I think they will let it play out and see because for you to just sign Bradley Beal and then decide to peel it back. Obviously, you got to peel it back starting with him.
And I don't know who would take that contract.
And who's taking that contract?
I mean, we've seen him on that team without Wall, now without Russ.
Yeah.
And he hasn't been that guy to really put you to just carry the team to this next level. And with that type of contract, I mean, when you get that type of contract, that means you can carry a team.
Yeah.
We haven't seen that.
Not at all.
But this team, man, I'm looking for a team I'm looking for the Knicks to do something around the edges, man.
Me too,
something that's, you got that Bleacher Report article talking about Caruso. I like Caruso. I think he would fit what Tibbs wants to do, but we need a wing, man. He's just another guard. He would just take over McBride's spot.
Bro, wings don't grow on trees, man. Teams want their wings. So this is why you're looking at those kind of combos, 2-3 tweener types, guys that can get the job done but a little bit undersized. Think about it. Think about all the names out there: Malik Beasley, Caruso, Jay Crowder, Eric Gordon.
No to Jay Crowder.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm not getting. Jay Crowder wants a starting role,
and he wants to start.
The fact that he's not playing for the Suns, he wants to start.
Right.
That is why that just does not make sense.
Mm-hmm.
Beasley is good. I like that name. We talked about that seasons ago when he was available. I like him as a wing off the bench.
Yeah,
man, I'm just not. I like Caruso, but it's like that's not the need, man. He's just a guard. He's just a guard. We don't need that many more guards. Where's he going to play?
I'd swap him out for McBride.
I get that, but look at what McBride's doing right now. So are you just resting Brunson? You're going to need him in the 4th.
Yeah.
Are you going to reduce Quickly's minutes because he plays in the 4th sometimes? You got Grimes. He's another guard. There's just between those 3. They eat up most of the minutes. I just don't know where Caruso fits.
That's a fair point. That's a fair point. LV from Harlem. LV, what's going on? LV. Oh, I think we hold on. LV. Oh, yo.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, loud and clear. Let's go.
Hello.
Yeah, yep, we here.
Are you good? I'm good. Okay, all right. Yeah, I was watching the game tonight, man. I was in the Garden.
Yeah.
You could see it, man. These guys are shot, man. These guys are shot. Randall, he's finished, man. He's finished. His whole body language, his energy. Tibbs is just running these guys into the ground, man. You can see it. Randall has nothing left. Nothing. He has nothing left. I'm sitting there and I'm watching the game, and I'm just watching him. I'm kind of seeing him kind of loaf up and down the court. I was kind of blown away, man, because you're just seeing, and you see him play. You kind of say, okay, Randall's coming around this year. Totally different player than what he was before.
Mm-hmm.
But then you're seeing like each game, you're kind of seeing it. And this is not even an all-star break, CP. So now you got to say to yourself, okay, so it's obvious that we all know that Tibbs is pretty much coaching for his job, man. Because if there's no way that Randall, because remember, I think it was maybe like 3-4 minutes left in the 4th because I was there. Randall only had 6 points.
Yeah.
He had 6 points. He wasn't. He just didn't look like it, man. And that's that 1 point. And then another point, man, is I think Obi's got to go, man. I think it's over. I think what they've done with him is terrible, man. He's a shell of himself of what he was last year. I mean, the lack of production in regards to just growth and his skill set is just mind-boggling, man. I can't even, like, it's just crazy just to see just a drop in his skills. He's going straight to the corner every time, CP. He's not even looking to try to make a move, nothing. He's going straight there, and that's that. He's not doing that's for him. Also, too, I think Deuce is finished. I think he's another one. I think the bright lights and I think the league is caught up to him. I think he realizes, okay, this is a bit much, because you can see it.
Yeah.
He's a step slow. He just doesn't. There's NBA players, man, and there's G League players, and there's overseas players, and that's what he is. And it's no disrespect to him. It's just it is what it is. The game is at a different speed.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Points.
Just watching him, and then also too. Lastly, I'm gonna get up out of here, but Yo, RJ's got to play defense, man.
Yeah.
He's getting bullied every single time. It ain't you don't just score, man. This league ain't just scoring. You got to play the other side too.
Yeah.
And he's getting cooked by just the threes, and like, you know, you're kind of saying to yourself, all right, listen, man, look, we understand you want to put the ball in the basket, and that's great. But you got to lock up too. You got to clamp up. If you can't do that, then you might as well just come off the bench.
And that's a very important position, man. It's a very important position. They got to get that figured out.
So he might as well be like Vinny Microwave. You know what I'm saying? If he ain't gonna do that.
Yeah.
And then also too, the CP, man. Quick question: How are they being coached to get around these screens? I mean, they're going underneath the same thing. And then also, too, if you're seeing people dribble in the corner, they're helping on everything. Yeah. They're not even allowing the man to check up and defend his guy. Soon as someone puts the ball down on the deck, they rushing them and kind of blitzing, which is leaving the three-point line open. They do that every game.
Why? That's their style. And appreciate the call, man. That's their style. And Wes Unseld Jr., in the last matchup, he said it. He was like, listen, they're going to allow us to shoot threes. We got to hit them. And in the first game, they weren't so hot. And in this game, they were heating up early. So between Beal, KP, KP knocked down a couple from the top of the key. Kuzma had a couple of corner ones. Beal, a couple of corners. They were getting it done, man. And as far as navigating off the screens, I mean, I thought Grimes had a tough time catching up with Beal off of those screens, but that's Beal, just being a star in the league and knowing how to move, just being a vet, knowing how to move and shake guys. I thought Beal did a good job on that, especially earlier in the game. I didn't like Brunson's defense overall on Monte Morris. I thought he gave him way too much room to operate, and Morris kind of made him pay there. I think Morris splashed about 3 threes on Brunson, just playing lackluster defense. So, overall, they got to tighten up. And that includes RJ, man. You're playing a very, very important role as a 3, and he's undersized there, and the size. He's guys are beating him to their spots. Hasn't been good this year.
No, defensively he's taking a step back.
Yeah.
But for Obi, man, do you still think there's pain in his leg? Do you think he's just playing injured still? Because we're not seeing him do anything, man.
No, I think they have to get him going. He's not a shot creator, bro.
That I get. I get that he's not a shot creator.
So if they're not getting him the ball, he only had 1 shot today. They gotta do something, man. Because it's a 50-50 chance they get a good upgrade on the bench at the trade deadline. And if they're gonna go with this team as is, he's gonna have to produce more. There's just no way around it. Whether there's pain or not, I can't tell you that. I don't know. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure on that.
It's just really weird, man. Just like watching him on the court, he doesn't even look that engaged on.
Yeah.
Like when he's jogging back, you used to seeing this guy fly up and down the court.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not even seeing that.
Yeah.
It's like jogging back, just like looks like it. The like, just like swinging his arms, just like not even getting back on defense, not even rushing up the court on offense. Like he had 5 boards tonight, but this is just so unusual.
Yeah.
To watch. Did you see those clips of John Wall that's been circulating Twitter where he talked about Beal and Russ knowing that the trade was going down?
Mm-hmm.
Do you how about that?
I don't know if I saw that clip in particular. I saw when he was completely trashing the Rockets. I enjoyed that one. But I don't think I saw. Yeah, I don't think I saw when he talked about.
Who was the name that he referenced in that one?
Who was the name?
Yeah, who was the player that he referenced? Like they were giving minutes over him to play?
Patton, Justin Patton.
Did you see that Justin Patton retweeted that saying, I thought we were cool?
I saw that. Aired him out on the podcast, man. Aired him out for a soundbite. To be your own people, man.
But yeah, there was a point in that podcast where Wall was talking about how Russ and Beal, and it seemed like they knew the trade was going down. It was just when. When was it going to happen? And Wall didn't get the confirmation that the trade was going to happen during the offseason. But he heard from like Russ and others, mainly Russ, that it seems like the Wizards were inquiring and they're trying to get this deal done. I'm watching Obi. I'm not gonna lie. Like, if I'm gonna put my conspiracy like tinfoil hat on, man, it's either the leg still bugging him, or there might be a trade coming. I don't know. I'm gonna put that on as a tinfoil hat theory right now.
I just think it's a combination of the minutes and him just not being fed. I mean, look at the numbers last year when he was playing behind Julius. So it's a roller coaster, man. It's up and down. You got to feed him. You got to feed him as well, man. So to everybody in the chat, once again, hit that thumbs up button for you boys. KFTV Postgame Live, presented by Manscaped. Fellas in the chat, go ahead and go to manscaped.com and use promo code KFTV to get 20% off plus free shipping. They have a number of excellent men's grooming tool, including the Lawnmower 4.0, which is their signature men's grooming tool. So go out and get that. They did let us know, Al, that they're sending us some brand new products. I can't really reveal that just yet until I get the product. But they are sending us some brand new products in the mail. You, me, and JD as well. So make sure you stand by the mailbox for that. But for you guys at home, once again, go to manscaped.com and use promo code KFTV for 20% off plus free shipping. So to all our new viewers in the chat, if you guys are new in the chat, leave us a hashtag new. Type in hashtag new in the chat right now. We'll shout you guys out. And also, do me a favor, we got 1,000 people watching. We're way behind on our likes, man. We got to tap into this algorithm and break the algorithm. Hit that like button right now. Hit that thumbs up button for you boys. Subscribe to the channel and share this video. Share this video right now on any platform, email, text, Twitter, Facebook, whatever it is. Share this video right now and let the people know number one show for the fans, by the fans, is on and popping tonight. Okay, let's get to the calls. Streve on the Discord. Streve, go ahead and unmute your mic. Strive,
yo.
Yo, how you feeling, man? What's your name? Where you calling in from?
I'm calling from Jamaica, Queens.
Let's go.
Long time listener, first time caller. I just want to make a quick point about Obi. I just feel like the way Obi is playing is like he's sitting in the corner because like that's what Tibbs want him to do. Like,
yeah,
they don't ask him to cut, no post up plays. Like, we've seen this from Obi before, but he's not doing it now. So I just feel like it's because of Tibbs. Like, that's why Obi's not like playing good.
Yeah.
Next thing is the starters are playing a lot of minutes. I ain't gonna lie, because the bench is horrible. You feel me?
Yeah,
except for IQ, that's it.
Yep.
And last point, I was watching that John Wall clip earlier today, and it was funny because he was basically saying that teams really be tanking, because when he was on the when he got traded, he was saying that like they were intentionally losing games.
Yeah.
They said they were intentionally losing games, so like it's confirmed that teams really be tanking out here.
Oh, for sure. For sure.
So you have an active player saying that. You feel me?
Yeah.
But that's all I want to say.
No question. Appreciate the call. Man. Yeah, go ahead.
Can I say one more thing?
Yep.
I have one trade for the Knicks. Either Beasley or Josh Richardson.
Okay.
I know like Richardson is not like a popping name and stuff like that, but I feel like you could get him for the low, and you could replace him for McBride in the rotation.
Sure. I think Richardson could help. Appreciate the call, man. I think Richardson could help. Yeah, teams are still aiming to lose. And John Wall also mentioned the fact that when he did get to H-Town, number one, James Harden bolted out the back door. And then number two, eventually they started requesting that, they told him that they're going to play him less, that he was going to come off the bench. And he said he wasn't going to do that. So they deactivated him. He said he had to go work out and before the team at 7 a.m. and then show up at the games at night. And then ultimately, he just decided not to show up at all. So it's a tough part of the business. I mean, look at how the Rockets built their team right now. The only veteran they have on the team is Eric Gordon.
And he's ready to get out.
And he's ready to get up out of there. They said, Eric, what's improved since last year? Nothing. He's ready to go, man.
You know who's another player that also admitted tanking happened?
Who's that?
Ennis Freedom. He went on the Bill Simmons podcast.
Yeah.
And talked about his time on the Knicks and how they intentionally tanked. He did do that.
I got to hear that, but his name is hot right now. I don't really want to bring that up with the YouTube algorithm and everything like that. You know what I'm saying? His name is hot right now. They on his head, literally. So we wish him well, but I can't talk about him too much. Let's look at this thing by the numbers, Al. The key stats of the game presented by Prize Picks. And as we started the show and opened with the show, man, Knicks getting out-assisted in this game, 28-14. Free throws continuing to bedevil the Knicks, only 66% from the charity stripe, and where the Wizards shot 84%. From there, Wizards shooting about 36% from beyond the arc. Wizards shooting 38% from three. Knicks 26% from three, shooting bricks out there. Wizards were able to win the rebounding battle, 52-49. A lot of that coming off of when Mitchell Robinson left the game, and also near the end of the game when the Wizards got several offensive rebounds, and Wizards finished with 18 offensive rebounds for the Wizards tonight. So that was part of the reason why they were able to win the rebounding battle. And yeah, those are some of the key stats, man. Knicks obviously winning the points in the paint battle, 66-44. That's what they do best. Obviously, a lot of that was spurred on by Jalen Brunson and R.J. Barrett, quickly having his moments as well. But that was it, man. Knicks just not shooting well at all in this game, man. What were some of your observations from the stats tonight?
The assist is the one that really stands out, man. The 14. We just continuously are decreasing, as I stated earlier. When it comes to moving the rock, it's too ISO heavy. We got to figure out a way to get everyone touching the rock, getting involved in the offense. You know, we for a portion, we even saw guys cutting like Randall. You know, we saw guys like RJ continuously cutting, and it didn't always have to. We didn't have to watch the offense start because either Brunson, Randall, or RJ are on ball trying to create something and then pass out because they didn't have anything, and then you have less than 8 seconds to go on the shot clock, and someone's got to put up a shot. Yep. So need to see more of that. Rebounding, it was close, even though we lost Mitch. But the one thing that I'm kind of surprised is that the Wizards didn't take advantage or try to in the paint. I don't know if partially it's because Jericho Sims did a solid job, but you would thought that they would try to take a second-year guy at center and see if they could, work the paint a little bit more. But kudos to Jericho for being able to hold them to 44 points. Also, Wizards being able to get hot from three also helped. But, those are my key stats that I took away from this game.
Big time. And the key stats tonight, ladies and gentlemen, are brought to you by Prize Picks. Prize Picks is daily fantasy sports made easy for you first-time players, in the chat. Go to prizepicks.com and enter promo code KFTV, and they will provide you with an instant deposit match up to $100. So it's a really good deal if you want to just try and plug and play. and try it out. If you say you want to start with $20, they will match you $20. You have $40 to play with. If you want to play with $100, they will match you $100, and you have $200 to play with. So it's real simple to play. All you do is you pick 2 to 6 players, and it's you versus Prize Picks and their stat projections for the night. And you can pick from a number of different sports, whether it's NBA, you have NHL, obviously you have the NFL playoffs going on, let's go Giants, and you're just going to predict whether or not that player is going to do more or less than the given stat projection that's Prize Picks is laid out for in a given night. And here's where I went, Al. It was a mixed bag for me tonight. In regards to the Knicks game, obviously I got to ride the hot hands, man. So I went with Jalen Brunson with more than 25.5 points. Jalen was really the only Knick that really had it going from beginning to end. He finished with 32. I had Kyle Kuzma with more than 21.5 points, and I hit on that. Kuzma with 27, coming off of a 40-point cooking on Friday night. I just felt like if he was going to see the same matchups, we talked about him just having that size advantage over the Knicks, and Knicks just having no true wings right now. And with RJ's defensive deficiencies at this point, I just thought Kuzma was going to hit that even with Bradley Beal coming back, and he did just that. I had Emmanuel Quickley with more than 1.5 3-pointers made. Quickley's been hot, especially from his shooting has been coming on as of late, and he's been hitting this number at a pretty fair clip. I believe 3 out of his last 5 he hit this number, and he did hit that in the second half, fourth quarter namely. So Quickly did hit that number. I fell short with Julius, man. Like I said, I was going with the hot hands once again, and I went with Julius with 38.5 points and rebounds, but he just didn't have it. He did pick it up near the end of the game when the game was out of reach. I had 38.5 points and rebounds, and he only finished with 29, so I fell short there. Josh Giddey, man, one of the hottest players in the league, without a doubt, has been Josh Giddey over the last month or so, Al, and I took Josh Giddey, OKC hosting the Indiana Pacers. I took Josh Giddey with more than 33.5 points, rebounds, and assists, and he finished with 33. I fell just one. All he needed was a rebound, an assist, a free throw. That's all he needed. And
that's rough.
Yeah, that was rough, man. And then I went with Luka Doncic. Mavs hosting the Atlanta Hawks. Atlanta, one of the worst teams in the league in terms of giving up rebounds to opposing guards. I went with Luka with more than 18.5 rebounds and assists, and he finished with 12. So on the night, I went with a 6-pick flex pay, $20 a payout, 500, and I got 3 out of 6 right tonight. So no dice for the franchise tonight, man. How'd you do tonight?
So I went with 4 picks because, man, I was terrible the last time. So I had bounced back. I came back. I just wanted to dip my toe into the water and just get back into that winning streak. So this is how I went tonight. I still like doing the half, like going for the halves and seeing what players are going to go in there. So I chose Luka Doncic for more.
So wait, you did the second half.
I did the second half.
Okay, so basically
only for Luka.
So basically, when these games go into halftime, you can go back on Prize Picks and play just the second half only sheet.
Exactly.
Got you. Okay.
You can also do first half too.
Yeah.
If you don't feel like doing the whole game.
Got you.
So that's what I did. I chose Luka for 17.5 more points, but he only got 11. I chose Jordan Clarkson. I had to look into this game. I had to make sure I was careful with this one. I had to make sure, because they were playing the Clippers, and I was like, are we getting Kawhi Leonard or PG-13?
Paul George.
None of those guys played.
Wow.
So with that, I was like, all right, this should be an easy night for the Jazz. Took less than 21.5 points for Jordan Clarkson. It seems like I'm about to get that because there's 30 seconds left in the game. Jazz are winning 126-101, and Clarkson's got 16 points.
Nice.
I then chose Nikola Jokic for more than 48.5 points, rebounds, and assists. And right now it is at halftime, and he's got 30. So I think I'm on good pace.
Yeah, you're on good pace. Good pace.
He's a lock, man. If you just want points, rebounds, and assists, Nikola Jokic, man. He's playing at an MVP level, and he keeps showing that on Prize Picks. Mike Conley, I chose for more than 1.5 3-pointers made because the last time they played the Clippers, he knocked down 2 I was like, I think he can get that. He got 5 for me tonight.
Nice.
So I'm on good pace. And this was also a flex play. So if I get 3 out of 4, I'm fine. And it seems like I'm about to get that.
No doubt, man. So for you people at home, play to win, but please play responsibly. Once again, go to prizepicks.com and use promo code KFTV for an instant deposit match of up to $100. Okay, back to the phones we go. Let's hear from Big Tay from East New York. Big Tay, how you feeling? Oh, hold on. Hang on. A little phone issue. Big Tay.
You hear me?
Yep, loud and clear. Let's go.
All right. How you gentlemen doing?
Good, man. How you
I
feeling?
think the problem is that they don't share the ball. And 14 assists. That lately is I like Brunson, but he has to be able to get everybody involved. You know, you got Brahms on the side that can really shoot. He's not touching the ball enough. You know, I think they said Randall and them are playing too much. And the reason the bench is not all right, let's go with Obi. Obi get on the field and they put him in the corner. But when Randall's on the court, he's at the top of the key. Why don't they play him the same way they play Randall? Put him in pick and roll. Let him go, get him going downhill.
Yeah.
I think it's more of a Tibbs problem. You know,
Yeah.
More than anything, I'm going to be quick with it. I just believe that if you don't share the game, you will never win. Because when the playoffs come, they're going to put a tall guy on Brunson, and they're going to trap Randall.
Yep.
And then nobody else is going to be able to do nothing because Tibbs is going to play these guys 48 minutes a game. And that's it. I'm going to short and sweet. Thank you, guys, and I'll enjoy your show.
Appreciate it, bro. Appreciate it. Here is, and shout out to IQ for 3 on Twitter. Good follow. Knicks team assist number since Tibbs got hired. In his first year, 21.4, which is 29th in the league. Last year, 21.9, which is last. This year, 22.4, which is 27th. Since the rotation change, 20.7, which is last. Got to facilitate, man. Got to set up the system. Is it the gift and the curse of the Brunson offense? Is it the gift and the curse of the Brunson offense?
I think it's more the gift and the curse of Tom Thibodeau.
I think so. And I think he has a point with Obi, man. You know, Obi was a pick and roll player in college. They've got to do something to get this guy involved.
Pick and roll player, did some post work in college. We're not even utilizing him in any sort of fashion. And I don't know, man. It's just weird. Like we saw some good stuff from Obi last season too, in his minutes. Sure, it was up and down, but we saw enough good stuff. They were like, fans were chanting his names. Yes, Randall didn't have the best season last year either, but you're not going to chant for another guy's name unless he's also doing something, right? So
yeah.
I just don't know what has happened with that. But with Tibbs, this is the same guy that had Nate Robinson out in Chicago, and we were watching a Nate Robinson heavy offense at the point guard position. So
yeah,
we know that offense is not his strong suit, but something's got to change. Something's got to change, man, because as the caller said, you get to the playoffs, this is going to be easy to match up. Yeah. Oh, they want to go ISO heavy? Okay, cool.
Yeah, and he's right. They're going to put a bigger guy on Brunson. As soon as Randall puts the ball on the floor, turns his back, they're going to have a guy trailing him. Both of them. Yeah. The way the Knicks are shooting right now, they're going to be doubling both those guys.
But, I mean, at the way this team also plays, it's predictable, right? Like, Randall dominates first quarter, right? Brunson's your fourth quarter guy. I mean, Randall barely gets any touches in the fourth quarter. You just look at the statistics.
Mm-hmm.
I think he's...
Rightfully so. He's not clutch.
Yeah, so you already know where it's going in the fourth quarter, and that's where you need to have at least some sort of diversity in the offense.
Yeah.
Just getting other guys involved.
The
one guy who should be getting more touches in the fourth quarter is Quentin Grimes, because he seems to make a big three every single time when we need it.
True story. True indeed, man. Knicks lose 116-105 to the Wizards, man. Wire-to-wire win for the Wizards. Just out-hustled the Knicks all night. Knicks shot a lot of bricks. Knicks lose Mitchell Robinson in this game to a sprained thumb. We'll see what type of impact that has on the team and the rotation going forward. See if he'll be ready to go in Toronto on Friday. And Tibbs was asked about the ISO-heavy offense tonight. He said, well, we just missed shots. And he attributed the lack of assists to saying, well, because we got to the line a lot, the assist numbers are going to go down. And that was Tibbs there for you. Let's get those likes up, man. Hit that like button. Hit that thumbs up button for you boys. Let's do it, man.
Oh,
Tough night. Tough night at the office, man.
We're missing our shots.
Tough night at the office, man.
This team would have been great in the early 2000s.
Yeah. Yes, they would. Yes, they would, man. How about Porzingis, man? Kristaps coming home. He still got booed at the Garden. All that I missed the Garden, I messed up type of thing. I think he was just trying to, curry favor with the fans. He still got booed at the Garden, so MSG treating him with respect. 22 points, 11 rebounds, 4 assists for Porzingis.
Good for him.
Yeah. Here's what he had to say, man. Let's hear what Porzingis had to say after the game, man.
Has this evolution been weird? I mean, you mentioned it, the Bulls are less than they used to be, and with that thing where some fans are asking you to actually come back. Is this evolution just weird right now at this point?
A little bit, but I think it's just. The way the trade happened, like I did some dumb stuff, like some cryptic tweets and some what was that? The whole process was just a mess, So I didn't like the way things ended. That wasn't like how I wanted it to end if it did end, And yeah, it's just I kind of try to stay myself throughout this whole time, not do anything, not say anything. If I should have said anything, it was right after I got traded. Now it's too late, and I think now maybe fans are easing up on me and kind of understanding that it was what it was at that moment, and I was young, and I got traded, and of course I was hurt, and that's why I put some dumb tweets out there or whatever I did, but I think people are starting to maybe forgive me a little bit, and we're moving past that.
All right. I'm not sure who asked him about the evolution. I don't know about the evolution. It's been 5 years, man. He's out of there. Or however long it's been. I think it was about 5 years, though.
So the truth has come out. There was nothing.
There was nothing.
Nothing.
He was just being emotional on Instagram.
Oh, my goodness.
The truth will come out one day. We were all waiting on it.
And here it is. You know what the truth is, CP?
Yeah.
He misses New York. He wishes he were here.
Yeah, he should.
He wishes that he were still in the Mecca because there ain't no place like it. That's the truth.
He should, man. Ain't nothing cracking in D.C. like that. Not the team.
Wizards fans ain't like Knicks fans?
Yeah, at least we dream bigger over here. Wizards fans don't have dreams. We dream bigger over here, man.
We out here doing fake 2K trades on a daily basis.
Right. We talk about the trade rumors and for trades that never happen. Get excited about it. Get our hearts broken. It's way more exciting. It's way more riveting to be a Knicks fan than a Wizards fan. They don't get those type of rumors that we get. You know what I'm saying?
We could have had LeBron with KP and Melo, man.
We could have had KD, Kyrie. We was gonna have KD, Kyrie, and Zion.
Statues.
Yeah.
What other team talks about theoretical statues on a day-to-day basis than us? What other fan base?
Oh my Lord. Can't make it up, people. Can't make it up, man. Did I miss the hashtag news in the chat? Throw some hashtag news. Type in hashtag news in the chat. If I missed it, throw your cities in the chat. Throw your countries in the chat. We'll shout you guys out, man. Knicks lose 116-105. Let's make it interesting tonight. Let's have some fun.
You want Reggie Bullock?
No, sir. No, sir. I'm good. Matt from New Jersey. Matt, how you feeling, man?
Hey, how's it going, CP? I'm doing good.
Good.
first time caller.
Mm-hmm.
Long time Knicks fan, man. I just appreciate all that you guys do. You really, connect everybody, to the team.
Appreciate it.
Just salute to you guys.
Thank you.
Just, yeah, absolutely, man. I mean, it's heartbreaking. This team. I mean, how can you not give it your 100% to just play hard in the Garden?
Mm-hmm.
I just don't get it. It's one thing you play in like Orlando, but you're playing in the Mecca, and you're not putting up an effort. It's just really heartbreaking. And I think people are getting all up on Brunson and Obi. I mean, in reality, Brunson, this is his first year as a full-time point guard. You got to give him time. I mean, if this is his first year, I mean, I'll take it 20 out of 20 times.
Yeah, I don't think people are really getting on Brunson. But the Obi thing is real. We need answers. We need answers, man. Is it him? Is it the team? Well, what is it? I don't know.
I think with Obi, he was playing his best when him and Quick were in the lineup at the same time.
Yeah.
And I think when you get that rolling again, he gets his confidence up. Then he'll get rolling. And it just, with Tibbs and his short end rotation, it's just so frustrating. My goodness, I don't think I've ever been this upset about. I mean, he's running players to the ground like 40 minutes a game. It's just like inconceivable. It's ridiculous.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then the last thing is, as far as like what to do. I think, really this is where I think we're like 1 year behind where we should be. This is the progress that we made this year should have been like last year, like with the young players playing.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
But I think the lack of scoring off the bench, I think a few tweaks can be made. I mean, people are talking NBA 2K trades. When I thought about it, I'm like, okay, the only way that I can see you really build this team is like the Pistons, the championship Pistons team. Because we're not going to, right now there's no stars out there that are coming. You go for, the gems, in the league. And a couple of my names come to mind. I thought about, the backcourt. You need a versatile backcourt player. Why not like someone like Norman Powell, from the Clippers? You could play all three. You could play small forward, point guard, shooting guard.
Yeah.
And he's a champ. And, as far as front court, somebody like a Wendell Carter Jr.
Oh, I mean, who are you playing? And you playing him over Obi? You playing him over Hartenstein?
Well, no, I mean, Obi. I mean, if he doesn't improve, and he's not gonna get that fair shot until Randall gets shipped out, which is not gonna happen. You got to make that move on Obi, and the deal with the Pacers that's been circulating Duarte and a pick, supposedly.
Okay. All right, so you're ready to ship him out.
Yeah.
All right, appreciate the call, man. So Matt's ready to pack Obi up. Okay.
You think you're sly in that chat? You don't think I just saw those eye emojis?
Hey, listen, man. I'm just here to get the answers, man. Listen, I'm just the conductor of the show. And Edgar, we're gonna close the phones. The phones are acting kind of glitchy tonight. And appreciate Edgar. Edgar's back in action. Good to be back.
For those who are tuning in on the podcast, CP thought he was sly by just throwing some eye emojis because he got added saying that
listen,
Obi
man,
is a dud.
Listen, I'm just the conductor of the ship. This is the people's show. I'm just here to facilitate the conversation. Shout out to Navy in the chat, Navy Blue 76. He just sent me a message. I was just responding accordingly. That's all. I'm just a conductor of the show. Shout out to Vincent Clemente.
This is your Marshawn Lynch. You know why I'm here.
Listen, man. I rep the orange and blue, man. That's all I'm saying, man. I root for progress and prosperity. Vincent Clemente, man. Adelaide, South Australia, man. Salute to you. Salute to you, Vincent Clemente, man. Shout out to Australia. Summertime out there. They're doing well. Somebody said Terrence Ross. We got to bring the Terrence Ross rumors back for the third year.
The
Terrence
Nick
Ross
killer
again.
never works out well for the Knicks.
Yeah, right. Never does, man. Never does. Man.
Evan Fournier, prime case example.
Fournier aired out CK2K the other night. Did you guys see that?
Oh, we got our boy.
Ooh, Fournier aired out CK2K. Somebody alerted him, man. Oof.
They watching. You know they watching.
Yeah, they're watching. Damn. You got to be careful out there, man. CK almost got it, bro.
He was probably just chilling, making a video. Next thing you know, he checks his phone. Like, what?
Yeah. Yeah, Terrence Ross. Okay. Oh, look, I think anybody could help over this McBride role right now, off the bench. But as you said, yeah, how much minutes are they gonna get? When quickly he's kind of like Mr. Fourth Quarter off the bench. You still got to play Grimes. You got to play RJ. They really need a wing. If Cam's not gonna play, they really need a wing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really do. And it looks like they're ready to ship him out. You know, you talked about it earlier today on the emergency show that you dropped with the Reggie Bullock news. That's why I asked about Reggie Bullock.
Yeah.
Bringing him back. That doesn't make sense to me, man. You know, like, I don't see why you go. Like, I get it. He's been in the system. He had a good year with the Knicks. You know, played well with Brunson last season. But we need somebody who can put the rock on the hardwood and shoot off the dribble. Like,
yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
I see.
doesn't do that.
Like Von Quan saying Sadiq Bey. Did I miss a rumor that Sadiq Bey was available?
What?
I mean, let's do some research, man. Is Sadiq Bey available here? I didn't catch that. I would think with the way the Pistons are going. Well, let's see. Let's see what Shams is saying, actually. Here it is. Oh, this is James Edwards. Pistons. Let's see. Third-year forward has an up-and-down season with that, has been the subject of trade rumors as of late. Interest from rival teams per league sources intensified when Bey was moved to the bench in November. Teams have since kept tabs on his availability. Still, though, I've gotten the impression the Pistons aren't ready to move on from the 23-year-old Bey unless they get a deal they can't refuse. He says, per league sources, Detroit has not made it seem like Bey is available for pennies. So that is James Edwards of The Athletic. Now, let's go to Hoops Hype. Sadiq Bey drawing interest. This is... Oh, same thing. This was just aggregated. Okay. So I think it's more speculative in nature because he was moved to the bench. Yeah, I just think it's speculative in nature because, but also if the Pistons do end up moving Bogdanovich, does he move back to the starting lineup? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I'd just be shocked that they'd want to get... Like, that's a team that's just continuously building through the draft. Why give up on your young players unless you're expecting to replace them next season with another young player?
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Like,
maybe that happens, right? Maybe that happens in the draft where they get a better wing and Sadiq Bey becomes available. Certainly possible.
That seems more like maybe an off-season move
than
an actual in-season move, unless someone's willing to pay that premium for a young player.
Right.
He'd help.
Yeah. Dubs Revo. He says, but everyone rags on Obi for 0 points in 9 minutes. Grimes plays the whole game and scores 8. My God, Grimes does 10,000 better things than Obi, man. Come on, man.
Yeah, that's actually not even comparable.
What are we watching? Come on, man. Kane Marco on the Discord. Let's close it out. Kane Marco. I see HF, bro. Kane Marco, let's go.
Yo, what up, man?
How you feeling, bro?
I'm chilling, man. Hit that thumbs up for your boys, everybody.
All day.
Yo, all right. So my thing is this, man. RJ has been looking better on the offense, but defensively he's getting cooked every night because he's playing out of position, man. He's just not a 3. He's not a wing. He's a 2 guard. He has a physical advantage over a lot of 2 guards in the league, but he can't handle guys like Kuzma. He's not ever going to be able to handle a guy like that.
Yeah.
So I think, if teams would just if Tibbs wasn't just who he is, and we actually were playing guys like Cam, and he was playing against a guy like Kuzma, RJ would be able to do his thing at the 2. We would have a much better bench because we could have Grimes playing off the bench, even though he should be getting a lot of minutes as well.
Mm-hmm.
But it would put everybody back in better positions if, Cam was actually getting some minutes. Obi might be able to do something if, the bench was actually moving instead of having to be so quickly reliant for points. I think it's just, that one piece we need. We need to get a real 3 on this team.
Yeah.
To change how this team moves, man.
Yeah, I agree.
I mean, that's really all I got, man.
Appreciate it, man. Appreciate the call. Appreciate the support, man. Always rocking with us, man. Appreciate it, bro.
All right, brothers.
Yep. Yeah, the wing situation is it's a conundrum because you have Grimes in there at the 2, who is a better defender at the 2 than even RJ, right?
Mm-hmm.
And
No
then you
question.
have RJ at the 3, who's playing out of position, who can't guard threes. Well, it's tough, man. Very, very tough. And it's not like it's not like, Julius is, some versatile I mean, maybe can Julius guard some threes? I don't know. They're not switchable, is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, you don't have that versatility like you have with like a Raptor team where you could, swap, OG and Siakam, and you know what I mean? Like they're just not as versatile defensively as you would like them to be. Yeah, we need a wing, and we got to figure it out and how that factors into the rotation. It's a tricky fit right now.
Is that an off-season move?
Yeah, I mean, you got to see draft and maybe trade, but like, wings are just 3-and-D wings are hard to get. Hard to get. So, gotta see what's up in the draft. These two picks you have in the first round, 2 or 3 picks. HF Bro, go ahead and close this out.
Alex, can you guys hear me?
Yep, loud and clear.
Good stuff, Alex. Good stuff, CP. Love the show.
Appreciate
as always.
it, what's your name? Where are you calling in from again?
Today. I'm sorry?
What's your name and where are you calling from again?
Carl from the LES.
That's right, Carl from the LES. Let's go. How you feeling?
Meet at pianos. Let's go.
Yeah, that's right. Last time Carl called in, we had the whole chat reminiscent about pianos. You know what I'm saying? It was a great, great convo, man. Great call, man. What's good, Carl?
Couple things I noticed. KP's height definitely bothered Randall today.
Yes.
I mean, you can't teach height, and Randall in the post, he was pump faking like 100 times.
Yes.
Sometimes it's not going to work against someone with like 8 feet of reach. Ultimately. A couple interesting things. I'm a stats guy, a data-driven guy. Couple things I noticed. I might have a hot take here. Quickly might be hunting for his next contract here, right?
Sure.
In our wins, Quickly in the last 10 games, in the wins, Quickly's averaging 4 assists. In the losses, 0 assists. All right. Quickly's the head of the snake when it comes to the second unit sometimes, right?
Yes, absolutely.
He's the guy who gets Obi going. Obi's not going to create for himself.
Right.
He needs someone to set him up.
Right.
Sims. You need someone to set up Sims. No, these guys are not going to create on their own. Quickly's the head of the snake for second unit. He's that guy. We've seen him move the ball very, very well, very frequently when he feels like it. He's thinking, hey, maybe it's time to get traded. Maybe it's time to up my value. Maybe it's time to start hunting for that next contract. You don't get paid as a 6-man, 7th man in the league. You get paid as a starter. Quickly's shown starter stats sometimes, right? So maybe he's hunting for that next contract. I don't know if that's a hot take or not, but our second unit, you want to create for Obi, you want to see him get involved, you got to get Quickly, moving the ball ultimately. He has that green light to take the shot whenever. We know that, right?
Yeah. I think that's a great point. And that was one of the things I was hoping would have happened once RJ got back and they moved Quickly back to the bench with Obi coming back. I was hoping that they would regain the chemistry that they had. But maybe it was just the tone of this game where they were down by so many points. Quickly's trying to get it all back by himself before the starters get back in there. But he's literally the only guy on this bench that can get Obi going. So it's a catch-22. He because maybe he's kind of just stuck where, you know, he kind of stuck in between where he's got to facilitate for others, but also he's the only reliable scorer on that unit.
I get it. I mean, there isn't a shot that Quickly doesn't love, right? At the end of the day.
Yeah. For sure.
But he's averaging 0 assists in losses in the last 10 games, right? And he's averaging 4 assists in the wins. So, I don't know.
Yeah. That's fair.
That's all I got.
And appreciate the call, Carl. I mean, that's fair. Look, the business side of things is a realistic way to view it. Like, guys are trying to take care of their future, man. Guys are trying to solidify their bag. So, and that is realistic. It's also realistic in how guys are managed minutes-wise, and guys are coming off the bench or starting or getting minutes. You know, that's been going on since the beginning of the game, since the game started. Remember, the X-Man had that issue with the Knicks. The X-Man thought the Knicks were trying to take food off his table with the amount of minutes he was getting when he got here and throughout the season. So it was real.
You know, I think for Quickly, like that's very plausible because you got Brunson now. He's here on a long-term deal. So he may say, let me up my trade value. Let me go somewhere else where I can go shine. Let me go get that next contract because, as the caller said, you make as a starter. As for Obi, for a guy who hasn't gotten enough playing time, he may know he's on the way out because as much as I love Obi, if Randall's going to get this many minutes and he's going to produce at this level, you're going to keep Tom Thibodeau, you just know it's not going to happen. So these guys are probably like, look, this is, the end's got to come at some point, unless they're going to be starters here. And right now, that's not showing the case. So I think it's very realistic. The only thing for me is like, I see Obi being the more. It was always weird that they would have Quickly as the trade option guy because he plays a position that's needed on this team, which is guard. And when you already know Randall's going to just eat the minutes at power forward, that's what was always shocking, that Obi wasn't mentioned in trade rumors. And that's why I keep thinking, as much as I don't like thinking, it just makes sense between the Pacers and the Knicks for Duarte top and deal because they need a wing off the bench who can do a little bit of playmaking, create his own shot. He seems to be out of that whole situation over there, right? I mean, even here the Pacers looking at Collins. Like the Pacers are looking, there's the Collins Duarte rumor circling around right now.
Yeah.
So the Pacers are out there looking for a 4. If you're the Knicks and you like Duarte, that just seems like the most likely trade. And for some, it's like I've had these conversations where it's like, what's the value of Obi right now? He's not even getting that many minutes. And do you take, do the Pacers look at Obi as a depreciated asset, and the Knicks could look at Duarte as a depreciated asset, right?
Yeah.
That could be an even swap. And I think Duarte just needs a chance. Because we saw he could play last season. He's not the flashiest guy. But I thought that his skill set is enough that you can get some production off the bench. And they got Mathurin, they got Healed. I just talked with Mark Schindler. They're talking about how Healed is a key player over there. You got Nemhard. Like I said, Mathurin. You got Halliburton. Where's his minutes going to go? You know what I mean? And he could play. I feel like he could play a little bit of 3, a bench 3. I feel like that's there.
He said, what's the value of Obi right now? And on that note, ladies and gentlemen, I'll play the outro. No comment. No comment. But we'll hope for the best.
Get out of here.
We will hope for the best. What's the value? Hey,
don't spin this. I
have nothing to say. I have nothing to say, bro.
Yeah, I know what you're already thinking right now.
I am just the conductor of the show. P McG in the chat. Appreciate it.
AKA, you know why I'm here.
You know why I'm here. Navy Blue 76 in the chat knows what time it is. I am just the conductor here, ladies and gentlemen. Don't mind me. Don't mind me. Don't mind me. But we'll hope for the best. Michael Parker, man, $10 super chat says Tibbs gotta go. Bring back KP.
Don't try to say what you did. Let's not get into this conversation where you tried to change the whole thing and what you actually meant by that.
Listen,
word.
man. I just talk about asset management. That's all I'm about, man. Gambo, shout out to Gambo, man. He says, y'all gotta stop acting like Tibbs is pinning Obi's feet to the ground. He looks comfortable hanging out in the perimeter. He doesn't want to smoke. Now, Gambo, ladies and gentlemen, he's a known Julius Randle supporter. He's a fanatic, if you will. So, he's throwing a little bit of shade at Obi there. Look,
this is par for the course of what we have.
Yeah.
This is par for the course.
Yeah.
Take it with a grain of salt.
Absolutely. So shout out to Gambo as well. We got JWE. K Asante 714 says, crazy, I'm starting to think we don't have a true point guard. I wouldn't go that far. Brunson's had some high assist games. He's had some high assist games. They just got to do a better job moving the ball. Shout out to Rhyme Animal Chuck D, man. Everybody throw hashtag PE in the chat. $10 super chat. He says, in London, it's late for me, but the seesaw games between management and the bench is treading on ice. The Cam Reddish situation, I can't compare to anything I've ever seen post David Stern drug suspensions. Yeah, I'm sure there's a lot of situations where guys have fallen out of favor rotations and gotten up out of there. Yeah, we just, say good luck to Cam. That's all. We just say good luck to him, man. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, hit that like button, hit that thumbs up button for you boys. Remember that the show is presented by Manscaped, man. Go to manscaped.com, enter promo code KFTV for 20% off plus free shipping, and then go to prizepicks.com and enter promo code KFTV for a instant deposit match of up to $100. Al, we are a couple days away from divisional playoff weekend, but we got to get through the Raptors first, man. So I won't even get to my football takes. Let's wrap the show up. Good show. I'll catch up with you Friday, man. Peace.